Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, everybody do that again. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's a summer day, morning, but I'd like to call the meeting of the Student Affairs Committee meeting to order. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Jenkins.
Present.
Trustee May.
Present.
Trustee McInnes.
Present.
Trustee Simler.
Here.
Trustee Suggs.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We have a quorum, and so I want to thank everybody for being here. And first, I want to welcome Gracie Suggs, our student trustee this year. So welcome, Gracie. Glad to have you. Very nice to her because she will be a doctor one day. You might need her medical attention. Thrilled to have you. The minutes of the April 11th, 2025 Student Affairs Committee meeting were circulated in advance. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? That's because you do such a great job taking them. Thank you. Hearing none, I move to approve the minutes as written. Is there a second? Thank you, Trustee Simler. Those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. I'd also like to take a moment, and everybody at the place here at the table, as well as in our gallery, have this Impact magazine. Be sure you get a copy of that. It's from the Student Affairs. So that's a good segue to recognize Dr. Leonard Clemens, Vice President for Student Affairs, who will provide information about the Engage Annual Impact Report. Vice President Clemens.
Thank you, Trustee McInnes. The Division of Student Affairs is pleased to provide our annual report of impactful efforts from almost 150 professional and student staff. So guided by our core values, you'll discover a journey of impactful efforts from across the 24-25 academic year. Our annual impact report details signature accomplishments, division highlights, some impact-driven data, and some division recognitions. But a few items of note to highlight that you'll see these efforts. The Career Success Center received a $50,000 grant in partnership with Workforce Essentials and Workforce Development of Montgomery County that launches a dynamic 10-week paid summer internship program with local employers to boost career development and create new pathways for career success for our amazing students. So we're really excited about that. Of course, we had a new dining venue located in the Catherine Evans Harwell Hall opened this past fall in partnership with Sodexo, with usage contributing to an average total of about just under 15,000 meal swipes per month across all venues. The new food hall has been well received by faculty, staff, students alike, and meal plan participation has increased by just over 8% from the previous year, reflecting the growing demand and satisfaction with our campus dining experience. You also know this past year we had our Governor's Success Institute, which launched this last summer, which is a week-long early arrival program that targets first-year residential students, particularly those identified as needing additional academic support. The Institute's impact extends beyond familiarizing students with campus life, but also includes academic support, preparation, confidence building, and socialization to the Awesome P experience. Some of the data to report out on this, there was a 98% fall to spring retention with this cohort, with a 45% increase in feeling strongly prepared for their first year at Awesome P. So we are excited to welcome the second cohort that will be coming in fall 25. Also, Little Gulf Child Learning Center expanded its center to include 2 additional classrooms so that students, faculty, and staff of our community could have an opportunity within our increased enrollment capacity. This allowed for an increase in age group offerings, expanding from 1 class each for 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds to 2 classes each. And this summer, we're excited for the first time ever. Little Govs has opened for summer enrollment, and that has already filled up quickly, and they started this week. So we're really excited about that. And then our team leading efforts to support basic needs of students visited all the spaces this year to connect students with food benefit eligibility and resources. And for students with food insecurity, during this tour, we discovered that our team was able to get over 70 students approved for SNAP in the state of Tennessee. And some students also discovered they were eligible for Medicare approval. So we are excited about meeting the basic needs of students because we know until those needs are met, it is much more difficult for them to focus and be successful in the classroom. There were some other milestone achievements, including 30 years of Helping Elf Holiday Gift Program, which assists eligible APSU students with providing holiday gifts for their children. And through the years, Helping Elf has brightened the holiday season for over 1,400 children through gifts from volunteer donations from our generous campus community. And the All-State Student Newspaper is celebrating 95 years this year in student journalism, cementing its legacy as the oldest standing campus institution, which began in 1930, where the All-State first published a small 4-page newspaper on the Austin P. Normal School campus. Lastly, you'll discover the data which displays the engagement levels and impact. Almost 1,000 programs and events were held across campus this past year. There's a 9% increase in fraternity and sorority membership in our Greek community, who also posted just over 3.0 average GPA. There were just over 4,600 visits to our food pantry, an 86% increase from last year. Over 3,000 counseling sessions and a 37% increase in the number of patients using health services resource to maintain healthy living. And there were 95,000 visits to the Foy University Recreation Center, which included all faculty, staff, students, and community members. There was a 14% increase of usage from students from last year. And this good point of data is that every student in the fall that visited the Foy, that academic GPA average was just over 3.0. And so we see that as a high impact practice. And in closing, you'll see our philanthropic support. This year, we launched an advisory council. We hired Victor Phelps to be our inaugural director of philanthropy, and that has yielded great results. And we're really excited about our continued great partnership with Sodexo. So that kind of cultivates our year. You'll see it all in the impact report. We're really excited. I want to thank all of the team members and student staff of Division of Student Affairs. And we want to give a special shout out to Dr. Tammy Bryant, who worked in concert with marketing and PR to take all of our efforts and be able to illustrate them in the story in which they produced in the report for you. So that concludes my report, and I'm more than welcome to entertain any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Clemens. Are there any questions for Dr. Clemens or discussion about the Engaged Annual Impact Report? Well, I'd just like to thank the entire Student Affairs Division for all the hard work. There's been so much great success. And this past May was a full circle moment for me because 30 years ago, I graduated from Austin P. 30 years later, I watched 1,400 students get their commencement degrees, and then the ROTC cadets. But when I was a student here, I didn't hear about student hunger. It was probably there. You know, we only had a certain number of dorms. I mean, the grades were obviously very important academic, but it's amazing. And by the way, I think there was SGA, University Programming Council, and something else. Now we have all this depth that we learned about last night too. So I just want to thank everybody. We've got several student affairs members here. We also have several maybe watching. So I just thank you all for what you do because it makes a difference. It's completely counseling. So thank you, everything. So that concludes our agenda, and this is an information item and requires no action. So I move that the meeting adjourn. Is there a second? Thank you, Trustee May. It is moved and seconded that the meeting adjourn. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.